It's People to People, the People podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. Good evening, folks. Good evening. Welcome. It is your host, Ronnie Grimes, People to People, the People's Talk Show podcast. Coming to you here, it is December the 11th, 2024. And I'm a little all over the place with emotions, feelings, which motion and feelings go together. Just a lot. As I will share with you, I am going into a time that is very, very sensitive to me because this weekend will be the anniversary of my mother's transitioning. And it made me take a lot of things very serious. Just so many things. My emotions are all over the place, but I got to maintain and stay focused on what my ultimate goal is, my projects, and so forth and so on. As I told you, we will be kind of hiatus inside of the studio because we are purchasing new equipment to be able to really, what we're doing is we really revamping for 2025 to just give you quality, and it's rough when you do it by yourself. I have help here and there. My soldier that's in my army all the time is my wife. And many times it's just her and I, battling the war, and we go at it. And as the days when I feel down, she'll say, you got to keep going. Don't give up. So I'm telling you, if it's something that you're working on, something that you believe in, don't give up. Don't give up. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not giving up on you. Please don't give up on me. I promise you. 2025 is going to be a beautiful year for many of us, but I claim victory. I claim victory because I am aware of my surroundings and the things that's going on around me and the people that I'm dealing with. And my topic today is elimination and separation. Follow me because you're going to have to, this is going to be very important for you to pay attention to. Elimination and separation. And why did I even come up with this? A very good friend of mine who I have the honor of talking to pretty much almost every morning. We were talking about some things, and we were talking about just how we're going about dealing with the past, the present, and the future, and how things have been set forth for us in a way that is elimination to cause separation. And so I don't want to offend anybody. So let me get this clear. I am not a racist. I'm a black man in America. Racism is something that is used as it's something to build a wall between people. And it affects many of us. And me being a black man in America, it affects me a lot. I know I have a lot of white friends who probably get tired of hearing, the struggles of a black person in this country. But when you're not black and you don't have to deal with it every day, then you will not find it relevant. Which, not because somebody treat me bad every day, but it's just the overall things that go on in this country that's so obvious, and a lot of people want to play like they don't see it. And this elimination to cause separation. Eliminating certain things in people's minds so that the way that they move, that it cause separation. And that's with many of us. the people who struggling every day. Now, let me show you where my conversation came from today. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't. I don't put Christmas trees up. I don't put lights up. I don't do none of that. I'm not saying that I don't think it's a good time to be with family and see everybody happy. I celebrate love, happiness, and joy. It just so happened that they say that it's on the 25th. Let me explain something to you. If you check, Jesus was not born on the 25th of December. If you really get into it, I'm not going to get into that real deep. I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm telling you, that's not Jesus' birthday from the true records in the Bible and so forth and so on. We have taken the 25th. I heard a little boy on the Jennifer Hudson show today say December is the best time of the year for him. He said that he likes celebrating Jesus' birthday. 25th is not celebrating Jesus' birthday. And that's where we're going to talk about the facts of elimination and separation that's going to come to you. I'm going to tell you. So y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get my energy to calm down. So I'm going to take 3 deep breaths real quick. Just bear with me, please. I have to do that sometime in order for me to just calm my nerves and be able to relax so that I can keep my focus. I want to say a shout out to all the supporters of the People to People podcast. I want to say shout out to the TikTok family that be watching through the production part of the Queen Rachel. I want to say a shout out to Prophet Katrina, who it was a real supporter in this project, who prophesied many things. And I had the opportunity to talk to her the other morning. And I sent peace and blessings to her. And I thank her for her prophesizing for me and encouraging me and her support. Also, a very, very, very powerful, unique young lady who transitioned a few years ago named Lynn Nelson. These people believed in me when I first started, and they helped me to figure out what my direction is and where I was going, and to know that I was not in a position to have to be where I'd be eliminated. That would cause me to be separated from you. Now, when I said I don't celebrate Christmas, I don't celebrate a lot of holidays, because what it does, it puts me in position for people to dictate what I be doing with my money and time. Now, follow me. I don't want you to be upset, because if this is a time you enjoy, you can put your Christmas trees up and lights and everything and have a good time with your family, because, you know, if that's a good time for you to show love and appreciation for each other, I encourage you to do that. But I refuse to celebrate something that doesn't represent truth and that will cause some kind of elimination of the relationship among me and my family members and cause separation. Now, follow me. How many of us, and I hope it's no children, because I'm getting ready to get real. So if you don't want your children to hear the truth about some of this information that's going to be shared about Christmas, you might want to move them. There's no Santa Claus. You know that, and I know that. There's no white man coming down no chimney. Okay? Now, the reason I don't celebrate it, and for I got several reasons, but one of them was because me as a child, that in my household, things weren't being equally done. They weren't. It was a one-sided situation sometime, and I used to think that the white Santa Claus didn't like me. And it made me sad. And when I became an adult, and even when I got up to the age where I realized that that was a lie, it put a little separation between me and my parents for trust. Because what they were doing was lying to me. They, when I was coming up, I was born in 1960. So I just saw the color TV come in. I saw the microwave come in and a few other things, but let's don't go there. But I'm talking about the elimination and the separation that happens through the lies and things that we celebrate and tell our children that also affect us as adults. Now you think about how many lies you were told coming up. The fairy godmother, the tooth fairy. Back when I was coming up, they was all white. I didn't see no black ones. None. So I thought white people had power. I mean, special powers. So my dad, who was an abusive man already, who was doing some crazy stuff, he didn't have no chance to stand up against Santa Claus. A white Santa Claus and we ain't have no chimney. He still didn't stand a chance against him. You know what that caused? Separation. That caused separation between the father and the son. I'm sure after I realized some of the trials and tribulations that my father had to endure, that a lot of that nonsense, affected him. Let me read the definitions that I got, and these are real brief. Elimination is the execution of someone or something from consideration or further participation. Right? Separation, the actions or state of moving or being moved apart. When we think about what we do, what we celebrate, I give you a prime example. Me and my wife, who I've been with, we're going on 18 years. Me and Zena have been together going on 18 years. God bless her. Now, let me tell you something. When she met me, I started telling her right off the bat that I don't celebrate certain things. I don't believe in Valentine's Day. Most of the guys that do Valentine's Day just trying to get some kitty cat, or the girls trying to get some wood, right? But they also want presents and gifts. But you know something? Every day Valentine's Day in my house, if that's what it's all about, because I get the kitty cat whenever I want it, she get the wood whenever she want it, and gifts. Not just on one day, 2 days, on the 14th, none of that. That doesn't matter between me and her. See, we don't play those games. That's why we have such a good relationship. We have started eliminating the lies and the fantasies of things within us so that we can deal with the truth, that it doesn't separate us through the process of us trying to enjoy our life. My wife used to put up a Christmas tree. You can't bring a Christmas tree in the house now. I tried to give in one time and say, hey, you know what, babe, let's go here. And she said, oh, no, not bringing it in here. Actually, we really got to understand. Now, I don't want to steal nobody's joy, but I'm just trying to get you to understand about dealing with truth. We got a lot of truth that we got to deal with. It ain't just about Christmas. We talking about the economy right now. We talk about the things that's going on as far as the election, all of this stuff. Think about the fact of elimination that caused separation. Here we got a situation that in a couple of more weeks or so, we're going to have a gentleman who has committed all type of crimes leading this country. And we got people in jail that done less stuff than he did. And a lot of them are people of color. And the bottom line to this is we tried to act like we don't pay attention to this nonsense. And it's not me being racist. I'm telling you it's the facts. This is the facts. We know, let's deal with the truth of what's going on around us. By us lying to our children, can you imagine that you're teaching them to lie too? And that when they find out the truth, I mean, come on. We talk about elimination and separation. Let me take you there. We got Tarzan. a movie where a white man goes to Africa with his family and the plane crash and the baby get taken care of by some gorillas. And then he ended up becoming a man and becoming the king of the gorillas and Africa. Talking to the elephants, the lions, tigers, and whatever else is over there. Not none of the black men that was there that grew up there. Just one white guy. And what did it do? It puts him in a position, as they show it, that it shows elimination of the strength of the individuals who was born in that country. And it also showed the separation of them, how they would be giving praise to this one individual, and it'd be 100 of them. Come on, work with me. If you don't understand that everything has a purpose behind it, the good and the bad, then you're not going to understand the elimination of some of the truths and lies that are given to us and why. Why they want to eliminate certain things. You remember my saying is people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Let me tell you, people to people is me, you, and them. Who is them? They be ever who you want them to be. They be who you know they are. Okay? The power, come on now. The power you possess, the power we possess together, the power they possess. And when we come and deal with the truth, we get to the point where we deal with the facts that causes us to be positive, strong individuals moving forth. I'm not saying don't have a good time. I'm not saying don't buy your children toys. But why do they have to wait to the end of the year to be blessed with love and gifts? They shouldn't have to wait and run around here living in this fairy tale situation that means really nothing to them after they become adults, other than the fact that they just don't save no money. They running and spending their money on Black Friday. Give me a break. Let me tell you, I worked in the stores. They start boosting the price up in September, all the way to October. So November, they done boosted the prices up, and you think that you getting a sale on Black Friday because now they're starting to lower them back down where they were before a couple of months ago. And if you wait till a couple of months after that, the prices even go down some more. And it puts us in a position where what we do is we get all just confused, eliminating the facts and the truth that separates us from reality. Now, I'm telling you, Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving. You know what? If it's, you know what, this is how I carry it, right? Now, I'm not telling you, I'm not a Scrooge. I am one of the nicest people you want to meet. But I'm going to tell you this. Me and my wife can cook a dinner in April that'll kick Thanksgiving. Where Thanksgiving is November, well, it's the last Thursday of November, right? We do that on the first Sunday in February, on Friday in June. We do it anytime. Do you know that if we start to eliminate the fairy tales, that it will remove the separation of anxiety that we have and separation of us lying to one another and not being able to move together as a unit? Do you know? I mean, I was so proud when the Black Panther came, the movie. I saw a black hero, superhero. I hear that they get ready to make Captain America. He's gonna be a black man. We got to get to a point where we stop the elimination of and of trying to eliminate truth and put it where it gives us an opportunity to move as a unit and don't separate us. Do you know that for a minute, I used to think that all the bad dads in the world were black? coming up, because all they did was talk about the bad black fathers, had homes without dads, man. But let me tell you something, that's not true. I grew up on a block on Payne Street that most of the houses had a father in there. I had one. He just was an alcoholic. He was a drinker, and he had a lot of personal issues that he had to deal with inside that house. Not counting the things that he had to deal with outside the door of his home. So where are we? Let's deal with the truth. I'm not telling you you don't put up no lights. You want to put the lights up? Go ahead. Go ahead. It's okay. Because I tell you what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to see that it's the elimination of truth in you that's going to cause some havoc. And you know, the other thing that really gets me now, I talk about my white friends, right? And I got some good white people that I love. I'm telling you, I love, because I mean, some of them treat me way better than some of the black people, even in my family. Okay? So it's not about race, it's about the people in certain situations. We know that at some point things are not evenly done. We know that. Everybody knows that. But we got to be conscious of what's going on around us. Think about the fairy tales you tell your children. Okay? I mean, why you got to come down the chimney? That's breaking in your house. And let me tell you something, in the hood, ain't no white man coming down no chimney in the hood. I'm trying to tell you. He going to leave out of there butt naked. They're going to take his boots, his suit, his bag. And let me show you something even about that. We're talking about how we may eliminate the truth of certain things. Why would that happen in the hood? Huh? Why would we say that? That's because we've been separated from many, many things of having equal opportunities to be able to really enjoy life in many cases. It got it so bad that we started to be eliminated from certain things, that we got so used to being eliminated that we didn't know how to come together to get it. What we do is we start turning our backs on one another. All I'm saying is this. I'm not telling you not to, you know, you can put the lights up, but let's deal with the truth of what it's all about. What's your celebration? Because it can't be that you're going to be telling your kids to go to sleep. And you know what somebody told me one time? They said, well, why would you take the joy from your children of being able to go to sleep and be all excited? Let me tell you something. My sons and my daughters was excited regardless. I ain't never tell them that no white man was bringing them no toys. Not as hard as I was working to get them. He wasn't going to get that credit. And Tarzan, let me tell you something. I got into that. I love animals. So that was one reason why I watched Tarzan all the time. I didn't care nothing about him howling and swinging in no trees. I used to like to see the monkeys and the gorillas and tigers and bears and crocodiles. Every time that he dived in the water, I was hoping the crocodile tore his behind up. But you know something? He could wrestle a crocodile. Only man, the only man in the whole Africa. He could wrestle a crocodile and don't get bit and outswim him. I mean, come on. Now, let me go back to the word elimination. I read it again. The exclusion of someone or something from concentration, from consideration or further participation, right? That's crazy that we allow ourselves, and this is all America, where we start eliminating people by the color of their skin, by their ethnic backgrounds, by the cultures in which they live. And when we do that, then we cause separation among us. That's not good. What I represent is that I am my brothers and sisters' keeper. And that's whether you're black, white, if you're Indian, you're Asian, it doesn't matter to me. You're a human being. I love you. I want to help you. And I don't want you to judge me by my skin, because my skin color don't have nothing to do with my heart. The one thing I do know that they learned how to do heart transplants, and it was a black man that came up with that. I hope y'all know that. Let me say this, that you can take a white man heart and put it in a black man. You can take a black man heart and put it in an Asian man. If the heart is strong, they figured out how to make it work. That tells you something. You can have a male from Australia to go to Alaska and have a baby with a woman that he ain't never seen before. Baby will come out with 2 legs, 2 hands, what we call normal, right? Might be a little skin tone changes here, a little hair changes in it, but still it's a human being. We got to get to the point where we deal with the truth so that we can move forth and stop living in lies and fantasies. And it doesn't mean that you can't be happy by living with truth. My grandsons, my granddaughters, they get happy not because some white man brings some toys down the chimney, because it ain't happening. I put fire in my chimney. I would love to see that happen. And I tell you right now, if he can come down there, believe me, he won't make it out of it. I'm going to bust cap in his behind. Come down my chimney. If you want to drop some toys off, you need to call me. And we could drop them off to him together. And I will give you credit. But I'm not going to give no fantasy type individual the opportunity to control my children to some point, to have them growing up believing that they are less than someone else based on the fact that they are being eliminated from being the positive individuals that they can be. Me, if I was the adopted kid, what I'm going to, they want to celebrate the holiday. I'm saying, ain't no problem. We can do that. We can celebrate. But guess what? You're going to have to earn all of this. And you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to earn my respect. You're going to have to earn the food that you eat. You're going to have to earn the bed that you sleep on. And it ain't going to mean that you got to do no hard work. All you got to do is be respectful and do the things that I know that's going to make your life better. Because it's a process doing this that we don't eliminate the truth between us, that when I get older, that it doesn't separate us. All I'm saying is, we got to deal with the truth. A lot of people may not like what I'm saying, and I'm okay with that. You want to live with the fantasies, keep doing it. Let me tell you something. But you'll find out when you sit down and tell the truth, it makes you a much better person. It opens up your heart. What about the kids who don't get anything? How do you think they feel? What, the white Santa Claus don't like them? Or even the black Santa Claus, if that matter? Why they don't get no toys? You don't think that they be sad? You don't think that they feel that they're being separated and left out? When we talk about the truth of the matter, we can change the way we come up and how we treat one another. You know that me and my wife, and I bring her up a lot because we practice a lot of things that we share with other people, and it helps us in our relationship. I don't do everything perfect. I'm going to tell you, I don't. But during the process of us dealing with truth, instead of eliminating things and then hiding them through our thoughts and hearts and emotions, we deal with things that doesn't separate us. It brings us together. I am so proud of myself right now. You know why? Because I have started to eliminate the nonsense around me. I am putting myself in a position where I got open arms for everybody. I don't have to separate myself from you. I love you. I like you. I want to see you happy. I really don't care what your color. Now, if you came up and you got psychedelic skin and you all green or something, I'm gonna tell you I ain't messing with you. I'm not, because I know that ain't supposed to be what you know what I'm saying on this earth anyway. But if you got slanted eyes or you got long hair, you light skin, or you might turn red when you get cold, hey, that don't bother me. It doesn't, especially when you're nice to me. I can eliminate all the nonsense that causes us not to be separated. So, anybody that listen to this message, think about that. When you're sitting around as a family, talk about the unity. Don't put, one kid thinking that because he was bad, that he's going to be left out. That's separation. Because he didn't get all A's. Sometimes he can't get A's because he have a learning disability. Sometimes he can't focus like the other kids. So what happened? Then Santa Claus, from what we know, is not going to bring him anything. Do you know that when most of the time when individuals know the truth, they do better? You know why I don't drink heavy? I mean, I can tell you, this is the heavenly God's honest truth. I can go a whole year if I want to and not have a drink. I might drink in 1 year as maybe a 6-pack of beer, if that. In 1 year, I might have some shots every now and again with my family members when we celebrating together. The reason why I'm saying all of that is I don't put myself in a position where I don't deal with the truth. See, the elimination of truth from me would be I can handle that. My father was alcoholic. So that means, for real, I'm capable of being one. Now, what do? I deal with the truth, knowing what he exposed me to. So I separate myself from that in a way that it works for me, not to cause havoc. So again, I send peace and blessings to you. I'm not trying to make nobody be unhappy. Yo, hey, you want to put your Christmas tree up? Go back and do some history. Check it out. I dare you. Go find out what the Christmas balls stand for and what the Christmas tree represent. It's gonna blow your mind. I dare you. Go find out the real truth. I heard this story a long time ago. How did the guy come up how did they come up with Santa Claus? I don't know how true this is. This is just somebody told me, but it sounds more like the real deal to me than the nonsense that they was telling. But in Germany, I believe this guy, he was just looking out for some people, and he started, sharing and giving out some toys. And somebody else told me this, but this was a good story for me. And his name was Saint Nicholas, right? And he just started giving out toys to some needy kids. That's what I was told. And in the process, we talking about it took on a form that they end up making him some fat old white man in a red suit that somebody end up coming up with this sale pitch to make you go spend all your money in December. When you can put a smile on your face or your kids face all year round. February, but let's go back. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You can put lights up whenever you feel like it and make your house look pretty. And I know a lot of people that do that. They leave their lights up all year round. If that's what you want to do, but deal with the truth, eliminate the nonsense, and you'll find that you won't be separated in so many ways where we start to looking at individuals and feeling like we're so different. We're more alike than we are different. That's just my conversation. You know, I get a lot of people that's gonna hate, ain't gonna like what I gotta say. That's okay. You know, I'm all right with that. But I come with you, I speak truth to what I feel is truth. And you may not agree with everything that I say, and that's okay. But I tell you this, go check and find out what how Christmas really started. Find out what the tree represents and the the lights and the bulbs when you decorate the tree. Find out what it really represents, and to see if you really will feel comfortable with that sitting in your living room. You know, I think that you come out better just every time that your family members, you know, y'all going to come together. Y'all say, hey, we want to celebrate this day, that day. Do it. You can do it any time of the year. And please don't tell your children that Jesus was born on the 25th, because he wasn't. And when we go to Easter, come on now, that's even worse. We got an Easter bunny coming and running around, and we went from the resurrection of our Lord and Savior to an Easter bunny that the kids don't even know. They don't really talk about that. What that do? They put somewhere to eliminate the truth and then put you in separation from the truth. Remove you from participating in the facts. A lot of people may not like it. I'm not a Scrooge. I'm not a mean person. Me and my wife have a good time. And we still buy each other gifts. But we don't just wait till the 25th or the 20th or whatever. We do that, man. Shoot. I think me and my wife, we if that's the case, we was celebrating last weekend. My baby bought me 2 pair of tennis shoes. I bought her a coat. We bought each other stuff because we bought, you know, our money is one. We'd look at each other and we'll say, hey, I might say, oh, I like that. You know, she'd look at me, she'd get it. We don't wait till the 25th. I got some things I'm working on getting now. You know what? It ain't going to be because I think somebody going to bring it down the chimney. And I sure not going to tell my kids, my grandchildren that. My grandson called me and he said, Granddaddy, I want this. Can you tell Santa Claus? I'm gonna say, look, this is what's up. You handle your business in school and I'll get it for you. Because ain't nobody else gonna buy that for you. I'm gonna tell them the truth. Granddaughters, the same thing. Now, if my kids want to do that, that's on them. But they can't come over here on the 25th thinking I'm gonna tell them that Santa Claus came through here. Because he didn't. Just the bottom line. I want them to be able to look at me and understand the fact of morals, truth, being honest, dealing with the facts, looking at the way that our Creator really set things up for us to celebrate every day, not just one day. Do you know when you really think about it, they control each month is something that's set aside for you to spend your money on. Each month, damn near. And they put all this stuff out there for you to run around and go super crazy over. We got Halloween that we go around, and I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying that. But think about how you go about it. You pop all this candy in the house, all this candy in the house, and then you wonder why you got diabetes, why you getting sick, why your kids become addicted to so many things. Separate us from the truth of reality. Eliminate the facts so that you can separate us with the wisdom of knowing what we're really supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be putting in our bodies, how we're supposed to be treating each other. It is what it is. I come on. Let me say this. My apologies. I was supposed to have a young man on the podcast today, a powerful young man who was on um, a while ago. I was supposed to have Tasha, the goddess, on last Wednesday. What's happening is I'm doing some detoxing, mentally, physically, all the way around, physically, mentally, spiritually. I'm doing some detoxing, and you know what it's causing me to do? It's causing me to see things clearly, so that I'm straightening things up. All I can just say, you know what? Y'all gonna one day look back and say, Rodney, I remember when you said this. Now look at you. Now look what you're doing. I'm gonna be happy because I'm eliminating that nonsense so that I don't be separated from you, and I'll be able to come to you with truth, wisdom, love, compassion. I can open doors for people so that they can learn how to, move in the right direction. And I'm not a perfect person. I'm far from that. That's just my nature. We got some people that like being nice. I'm happen to be one of them. I do. I just love helping people. So, with that said, I send peace and blessings to you. Um, uh, I see I didn't have many people tuned in tonight. Maybe they must have heard what I said. I said it's about Christmas. I don't know. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I ain't mad at you. We do. I just want to say thank you to all the individuals who tune in and that hear me. If that's what bring your family together, fine. But come on, let's get some truth in there. Let the fathers get the credit for the hard work that they do, not another man outside of their household. You know, let the mothers get the credit. The woman who's seriously out there struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs. Why would she want to tell her baby that it's some fat white man coming down or he gonna climb up the balcony, or he gonna come through the door and not drop off some toys, and then the kid will grow up and turn around and slap you because they figured you ain't do nothing for them. That's crazy. Eliminate the nonsense. You're bringing the opportunity for truth to be told. No separation among us, where we will understand our positions, how we supposed to move and treat one another. Let me tell you something. If it take February 14th for you to buy your woman some flowers and some candy and a bracelet, you're a sorry dude. You're a sorry dude. Or for the ladies, you got to wait till that to really want to love on your man, or buy him a new shirt, or give him a pinky ring or something. Come on. You're supposed to be able to do that January, February, March, April, May, June, July, whenever the money is right. Not because somebody dictate by putting it advertised. I tell you, and I'm going to get ready to go. Do you know when you go to the movies that a lot of times you be sitting in there and you be like, oh, I ain't going to get nothing. They got subliminal messages that goes across that you can't see. You only can see it with the naked eye, right? You don't know it is there, but it's there. They literally is popcorn and sodas and candy, and it's so faint that your conscious don't see it, but your subconscious do. And then all of a sudden you be like, dang, I want some popcorn. That's because you just saw it. We have people that are in the business to understand how to confuse you, how to create separation, how to eliminate your history, how to eliminate your understanding of your position in your homes. We got a lot of people that be in power, don't want you to have the real information to be in power and equally stand with them. It's just truth. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a mean person or hurt nobody. I'm not trying to, uh, you know, make anything, make anything, bad for you. It's just I'm speaking truth. So with that said, I send peace and blessings to you. And when I say happy holidays, let me say this: holidays is any day that I think that you're having a good time. You can celebrate anytime. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna look up the meaning of holidays because I want to know exactly what that means. Matter of fact, hold on a minute. I'm gonna see something real quick. Y'all bear with me. What's the meaning of holiday? A day of festivities, a recreation when no work is done. December 25th is an official public holiday. Spend a holiday in specified place. Now, understand that. So a holiday could be any day that you will go to work. That's something. Come on. All right. Well, I love you. I hope that you're blessed. I send peace and blessings to you, and you know, yo, just do some homework. Find out what the Christmas tree and the all that stuff what it really stand for. Tell me. You just find out. Your kids ain't gonna stop loving you because you don't put that stuff up in your house. And if you like to do that, I know a lot of people decorate, man, and I go in and it looks so festive and beautiful and everything, and it gives me such a good feeling. I be like, man, this look beautiful. But guess what? Hey, they do all that and they just as nasty, mean. They just get a kick out of doing it. Some of the people don't even have nothing in there talking about the relationship with Jesus nowhere. No pictures of nothing. When it ain't true. So let me see. It says the holidays are not a date on the calendar. They are about family, tradition, and whatever meaning they bring to you. Come on. I love that. Let me read that again. The holidays are not a date on the calendar. They are about family, tradition, and whatever meaning they bring to you. Every day when my grandkids come is a holiday. Every time my family come around me is a holiday for me. Think about it. It's a holiday with me and you. If I say something to help you, if I say something to open your mind and your heart, and to many people, let me say this again. No, I'm not a racist, but I can tell you that racism is prevalent in every area sometimes, and it ain't just with other white people. It's with black people too. We got some black people who don't like other black people for some reason, whether they light skin or dark skin or whatever. What would we call that? It's to me, a lot of us give words and things a lot of power. And they do have a lot of power. What speaks out of your mouth has a lot of power. But I got all my friends, white, black, Asian. I love you. Please don't be mad at me. And if you really want to be mad at me, come hang out with me one day and let me show you when you stand back and watch what happened when I walk into a store and when you walk into a store, how people treat you. I guarantee you're going to say, man, I ain't realize it was that bad. Because it is sometimes. I send peace and blessings to you, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I'm telling you, a lot of it is all about just they're eliminating things to separate you from truth. They eliminate laws to make this person get away with this and separate this individual because he committed the same crime this guy did and he ain't nothing happened to this one and this one got 100 years. Doesn't make sense. Peace and blessings.
It's People to People, the People podcast of the DMV. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z. PTP.